What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we have a slightly different one. It's something different in the sense of I thought it would be entertaining for you guys, and that is going through some old Captain America shields that I thought was shockingly cool. We're going all the way back to the comics and then kind of bringing it up to date with, of course, the movie. So if you do go on to enjoy this, then of course drop a like and let me know what other types of videos similar to this you'd like me to do on other characters, for example, in the MCU or whatever it may be. But nonetheless, let's dive into this video, because at the same time it just shows how much potential there is for Marvel's Avengers when it does come down to Captain America specifically, because I know there are tons and tons of us out there that were just questioning why we have the same shield for every single skin, of course. So we do know they're working on brand new skins, so here's to hoping that, of course, you know, maybe new shield colors will actually be a thing. But nonetheless, let's dive into the first one. And by the way, these are in no particular order, and these are based on my opinion as a whole. So first one is a really cool one. So this is going all the way back in Earth, I believe 111, where Captain America is corrupted by the unseen, and it's essentially many angeled ones, and this is the shield, right? So as you can see, he's corrupted, he's got the star and so forth, and that just represents that in that shield. But I do think this is really cool. And when it comes down to the story aspect of Marvel's Avengers, this could have tied in to some parts of that I do think would have been cool. But this does lead me on to the next one, as I guess we are talking about damaged shields, right? The next one, as you can see on screen, is a really cool one. The reason I say this, and I definitely believe it could have worked well in Marvel's Avengers, is first of all, this was damaged when battling Ultron, I believe. But on top of that, we know, of course, Captain America essentially was kidnapped in the first half of the game and so forth. Technically a spoiler, but technically not. And of course he was kidnapped, whatever it may be, right? But I think it would have been really cool if there was like this exclusive kind of skin where we had a shield that was damaged, for instance, that could have shown him really battling whatever it may have been at that time, right, in order to survive. I just think something like a representation on that would have been cool. But nonetheless, I think this particular one as a whole is a really cool one in my opinion. I just think, I mean, we haven't seen this as far as I'm aware in like up-to-date movies, definitely not, but like in the sense of like HD and so forth, like an actual shield like this. But I think it is a really cool one. The next one is definitely good, and it's essentially, I guess, an appearance similar to a buzzsaw. You kind of got, well, the effects around the shield is what's meant to be similar to the buzzsaw. And again, this just shows, I feel like it kind of gives that feel that the shield is actually way more powerful than you assume it is. It just looks like it would do more damage, but we do know the shield in general is extremely powerful. But visually, like from that perspective, if you were to take a look on this, it just looks like it would do more damage, if you know what I mean. But nonetheless, it does look very badass indeed. And again, it could work well in current games. We're talking Marvel's Avengers still. It's not like I'm making this video all for Marvel's Avengers. It's just saying that, you know, look how many shields that are really cool we do have from past comics that could actually be in a game that we can experience as a whole, right? When it comes down to just playing the character, this would be very cool. But nonetheless, the buzzsaw appearance, similar to that, whatever you want to call it, definitely looks very good. Now, the next one is a bit of a 50-50, but I wanted to put it in this one. It's actually Super Soldier Shield, and that, of course, was that of the Superman symbol. I know it wouldn't really work when it comes down to, we're talking just literally Captain America, but I think the shape of the shield is what was definitely interesting. If you kind of scrap the logo and stuff like that, just the shape is very cool. And I think if there was a shape like that in general, brought up to date, that would definitely work very well. It looks smaller, so it's kind of like, I guess it would be harder to use, but again, it just looks appearance-wise very good. Now the next one is a very simple one, and of course it's a black shield, right, just with a white star. And it kind of instantly gave me that whole stealthy look. And if you're talking about Captain America, we know with all like the black suits and so forth, we're going to be talking about the Wakanda one in a second, but when it comes down to like that sort of stealth look, this is a very, very cool one. Very simple, yet very effective. I'm actually kind of shocked that he wasn't like going for an all stealth look in this comic here, but it definitely is a good one. Simple like I said, but definitely very, very effective appearance wise. Now the next one, I was actually a bit uncertain whether or not I should put in here, but I do like it. There's something about it that I just feel like, now we're talking of course up-to-date stuff, we're talking about Tony Stark's new prototype shield. Again, it's more like techie looking in that sense. I mean, not techie looking, but we're talking like just the metal around it. When it comes down to like workmanship, right? This looks very, very cool. Again, it's a prototype one, but I think it just looks nice as a whole. In fact, it definitely looks like it could take way more damage than the normal shield as a whole, but overall, I just like the look of it. Again, it's something that didn't grow on me the first time round, but the more you look at it, you can kind of see where we're going with that, and I think all around, if I had to rate it out of 10, I'd probably give it an 8.5. Again, all down to personal opinions, but that's my one. Now the next one is one I had to mention, which of course is Captain America's USO shield. Very, very cool. I mean, there's not really much to mention about here, but this is just going way back to the roots, way back to everything. This is just an all-around great shield. I absolutely love the way the stars are done. Of course, it's essentially representing so many different things, right? But the way the stripes are going down, representing the USA flag, of course, like we know essentially the shields are doing anyway, but this just looks very different. So again, if I had to rate this one out, I should have probably started rating the other ones, but if I had to rate this one out of 10 for me, I'm actually going to give this one a 10 out of 10, just because visually it looks different in terms of shape wise. I think that's what's key, and I really, really do like it. Now the next one of course is a big one, the Wakanda Shield. This is an interesting one because there's a lot of I guess theories as to what happened with this shield and so forth, but I think when it comes down to the Black Panther DLC being added into Marvel's Avengers, which we know is going to be a situation, I think it would be a huge missed opportunity if they did not add this one in. But again, nonetheless, simple. In fact, this one ain't even simple. This is just all around very, very cool. I can't really go too much into detail with this one, but I like it. Again, when it comes down to shape, I think that's key, because the next two ones, second to last one, we've got just a normal circular shield, but again, color coordination is kind of key in that sense. And then the final one, I was actually very skeptical about adding. The reason I wanted to add it is just because it's a huge throwback going way back to the beginning, and I guess kind of like an honorable mention, which of course is the shield, where the white part of the shield is essentially transparent. Now with this shield, I believe he wasn't able to pick it up, like it doesn't fly back to him and then he grabs it. It's a bit of a different one. It does look a lot more flimsy in the sense of like it doesn't look like it would do any damage at all. It really just looks like a toy as a whole, but it's different, right? And I think if you look at that perspective, it could work. I mean, again, you need an up-to-date version of it, but I think it does look cool all around. But if I had to rate it out of 10, probably going to give this one like a 4 or a 5. Again, the only reason I wanted to add it into here is just because it's kind of different. But guys, what do you think on all these shields? Let me know in the comment section below. Again, do you think Marvel's Avengers should add these as well? Leave all your thoughts below. But guys, I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day. And until the next one, adios amigos.